I will send Phrazer home with your student a couple times a week on average. When Phrazer comes home, you and your student will interact with Phrazer for 20 minutes or so. Some sessions will help your student practice reading and pronouncing words, and others will help you stay updated on their progress through their reading program. Thank you so much for being engaged in your students' education. We're looking forward to a great year together. Tap the blue triangle to continue.
Phrazer is a device that we're experimenting with to try to improve communication between school and home with some of our families that traditionally may have been more disenfranchised, may not have had great access to the system because of a language barrier.
And it's used to translate different various information. So originally, it started in the hospital and medical setting, and then for translating purposes, and then now into the school system.
At Neveln here, we decided to use it with our English language learners, and then more specifically in System 44, because we work with so many different kids at different levels that we get lost with communication with the parents, and there's so much going on between the phonics and small group and whole group and independent reading that we thought it would be a good device to send home for parents to work with their kids and then for communication back and forth.
And so what we're trying to do is use the device to bring homework, not necessarily homework, but work that parents can do with their students in their language on a device that is user-friendly for both the student and the parent.
We started with sight words, very basic. They send them home. We send them home with the kids. They practice their sight words. They practice it 5 times, and they get stars for every time they get it right. Once they master the word, they send it back. We're able to see that, and also it translates for the parents.
And then right now we're working with Geocom to even integrate more of it. So next year we'll send it home, and then it'll have a lot more to it. So it'll say, like, your student has read this many words so far. They've read this many books. They're currently reading this book. Oh, they might be struggling with this phonics skill. You can do this to help them.
Well, research is very conclusive. Families that are involved in their child's education, those children do better. Solid research on that. But when there are barriers that we can't control, like language, we have to take every piece of leverage we can to try to control that variable. We know that every parent wants to be involved in what their child's doing, and we're hoping the device will help bridge that gap.
So we have, 45 different languages in the school district or over that, and 14 different languages at Neveln. So obviously we don't have translators for every language. So this is a tool more to help those parents feel like they're getting involved in their students' education and feeling like they kind of have some ownership over it without having the language as a barrier.
They might not know what to do with their kids at home. If we sent sight words home with them, they might not know what they are, how to say them, and then if the kid doesn't know, it's kind of lost in translation there. Where this, it shows them how to use it. They can hear the word, they know if they say it right, and then it comes back to us as the teachers, and we can see what the students have mastered and what they haven't.
We're the very first school in the country that is using the Phrazer device this way, as a tool to bridge with communication and home. Ultimately, what we want that device to be is a device that can be taken home by any child, and then that child can interact with their schoolwork, with their parent, in their native language. Again, trying to bridge that gap between home and school and make school just more accessible to families.
Kids will feel much more successful if their parents are involved. That's one of the keys to success for kids. I feel like if their parents are involved, they feel better about coming here. So.
And the parent can use it, and the child can use it in a mode, I guess a communication mode that is more common to their generation. And it will give us the opportunity for parents to become involved in their child's learning. It's kind of a good combination.